Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We will start theorem 10.1.1. It's proof today. We are going to prove this statement. The statement of the theorem is that in any correspondence of two triangles, so you are taking a correspondence of two triangles, and if one side and any two angles, okay, so here we are taking one side and two angles of one triangle are congruent to the corresponding side and angles of the other triangle. So here we are talking about one side and two angles, and the angles of the other, then the triangles are congruent. So we have to prove that. Let me draw the figure. First, here we are considering two triangles. Okay, triangle ABC and triangle DEF. So we have two triangles, triangle A, B, C, and triangle D, E, F. So what they have given us, the statement which is after if is always taken as given, because this is the information which they have given us in the statement. What they are claiming, that if you have one side and any two angles of this triangle, okay, you have one side, let us take that side to be, first of all, there is a correspondence between the two triangles. So let us take a correspondence between two triangles. Okay, in any correspondence of two triangles. So if you take a correspondence between these two triangles, let us take them as ABC and DEF. If you have a correspondence and you are given that two angles and one side, let that side be B, C and EF. Suppose that the side which they are talking about, which is congruent in both the triangles, let that side be B, C and EF. So this is what the first step is, the figure, okay, and the second step is the information which is given to us. We have any correspondence of two triangles and we are given one side, let that side be BC and EF. One side is congruent in both sides, in both the triangles. I have taken that those sides as BC and EF. Suppose B to C and E to F, they are of the same length, and they are also talking about two angles, okay. So the this will be angle B and angle E, okay. Let angle B be congruent to angle E, okay. Let the angles which they are talking about, which they have told us that those angles are equal, let them be BE and C and F, okay. Angle C and angle F. So angle C is congruent to angle F. So we are taking two angles and the included side, okay. In this this is A postulate, which we are proving as a theorem also. We will take the included side of these two angles, the angles which we are taking congruent, then the side which they are talking about will be the included side of these angles. So we have one side, BC is congruent to EF, okay, one side and two angles. These two angles are equal to this, angle B is congruent to angle E and angle C is congruent to angle F. What we need to prove, that the triangles, then the triangle, after then the statement is the statement which we need to prove, okay. That is the information which they want us to prove for them. So we need to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Now the main steps that we are going to do in this theorem is that we are going to use SAS postulate. But for SAS postulate, we know that we need two sides and one angle, okay. We have one side, BC is congruent to EF. We have this angle, okay. We are going to, what we are going to do, the first step is that, summary of the theorem is that, first step is that we are going to prove that AB and DE are the same, okay. They have not given us any other side, but we are going to prove it, okay. These are the things which we need to prove to prove this whole statement. First step will be to prove AB and DE. That I will tell you how. And the second step, once you have proved that this side is equal to this side, then we can easily apply the SAS postulate on these two triangles, and we are going to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by SAS postulate. Once we get this information, it will be very easy to apply the SAS postulate, because we have already this side and angle, but we don't know this. Okay, we don't know what these lengths are, whether they are equal or not. First we are going to prove them equal, then we are going to apply the SAS postulate on these two triangles, when these two sides will be equal to this and this angle will be equal to this. But first we need to prove that. Okay, we don't have it, we have to prove this, and then after this it will be very easy to apply SAS postulate. In this condition, the information that is given to us is not enough to use SAS postulate, because in SAS postulate we need two sides, while here we are given only one side, okay, and two angles. We don't have the other side, so what we are going to try to do is find this side. Okay, we are going to prove that AB is congruent to DE. Once we have proved this, then it will be very easy to prove these triangles are congruent. This is our target, to prove these two triangles congruent. So first of all, okay, so here we have two triangles, triangle ABC and DEF. They have given us that BC is congruent to EF. Okay, angle B is congruent to angle E, and angle C is congruent to angle F. This was given to us, and we needed to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Okay, in order to prove this statement that these two triangles are congruent, what we need, we will need some steps of construction, some helping steps to prove as this theorem. To prove the first step of this theorem, the first step which we need to prove is that we will prove that AB is congruent to DE, because they have not given us any information about AB and DE. Therefore, we are going to first prove that AB is congruent to DE. Once we have proved that these two sides are equal to this and the included angle is equal to this, then we can easily prove that both these triangles are congruent. So for this, I will do some steps of construction. First of all, we are going to suppose that, okay, we are going to suppose that AB is not equal to DE. Okay, we will prove that AB is equal to DE by first supposing that what happens if AB is not equal to DE. Let us take AB not equal to DE. Sometimes it is more easy to prove the false statement false than to prove its truth. Okay, instead of proving that AB is congruent to DE, which will be true, we will prove it in a minute. Its false sentence is AB is not equal to DE. Let's just suppose that what happens if they are not equal. Okay, first let us suppose that AB is not equal to DE, and let us see what happens. Suppose that AB is not equal to DE, and if these two lines are not equal, okay, suppose according to our supposition, we have taken as that AB and DE are not equal. Okay, if they are unequal, if these two sides are unequal, let us suppose that DE is longer than, if DE is longer than AB, if they are not equal, it means one of them will be longer than the other. If DE is longer than AB, then we can easily cut off a segment which is equal to AB from DE. Okay, let us call this segment ME. Okay, if DE is longer than AB, then it means that we can cut off this much portion from this line, the portion which is equal to AB. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to measure from A to B. If it is 4 centimeter, then we are going to cut off 4 centimeter segment from DE. Okay, this is the thing which we are going to do here. Let us suppose that ME, let us take a point M such that ME and AB are equal. Okay, suppose that AB is not equal to DE, and then take a point M on DE such that AB is congruent to ME. Okay, we have supposed that for the time being that AB is not equal to DE. Obviously, if AB is not equal to DE, then one of them must be longer than the other. Let us suppose that DE is longer than AB. Then we can easily cut off a length equal to AB from DE. Let that length be equal to ME. And now cut this length off and then join M to F. So this will be our steps of construction. Okay, we are going to cut off a length equal to AB. Okay, let us, for the time being, let us suppose that this is equal to this, and then cut off a length from this DE, which is equal to AB. This is equal to AB according to our supposition, and join M to F. Okay, the next step will be to now, in order to prove this theorem, we are going to start the proof. Okay, at one side we are going to write the statements, and for each statement we are going to give them a reason. Otherwise this statement will not be accepted, you will not be given marks. Okay, so let us start our discussion. The first thing that I am going to prove that AB is congruent to DE. For this we have, for the time being, we have supposed that AB is not equal to DE. Now if AB is not equal to DE, then we have deducted that it must be equal to some other length ME, okay, which is cut off from D. If D is longer than AB, then we can easily cut off a length ME equal to AB. So here I am going to use this. Now consider triangle ABC and MEF. Okay, consider triangle ABC corresponds to triangle MEF. Triangle MEF. Now is the first consider triangle ABC. We are comparing triangle ABC with MEF, this smaller triangle, okay, the new triangle that we have formed with the help of our supposition. Now according to this triangle, according to the given, we had supposed that AB is not equal to DE and AB is equal to ME. Okay, this is the steps that we did in construction, not given. In construction, we what we did was we draw a line ME. We drew the line ME equal to AB. So if you consider these two triangles, the side AB is congruent to side ME. And what is the reason for that? The reason is that we had done this in the construction. Okay, this we are saying on the basis of construction. You have to mention a logic or a reason whenever you are declaring something new. Okay, AB is congruent to ME. This is what we did in construction. It is written over here. So this we did in construction. Now AB is congruent to ME. Now angle B is congruent to angle E. Angle B is congruent to angle E. This is what we have taken from given. This was given to us that these two angles are equal. So we have taken it from given. Now next is consider this side BC and EF. They are also congruent. BC is congruent to EF. This was given to us. BC is congruent to EF. This was given to us. Now let us see two sides AB and BC of this triangle AB and BC, and their included angle B is congruent to ME and EF of this triangle and the included angle of EF. So here by SS postulate we can say that the SS postulate that we studied in the previous lecture, that these two triangles are congruent because two sides and their included angle. Okay, this is the side which we have drawn in from the construction. BC is congruent to EF. This was given to us. B is congruent to E. This was also given to us. So according to this definition, this information, we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle MEF. Okay, this is SAS postulate. Okay, and take care that here we have taken AB congruent to ME and we have taken them corresponding. Okay, whenever you are taking corresponding, just take care that the corresponding should be such that the equal sides should be in given BC is congruent to EF, so we should take corresponding sides, we should take those sides corresponding which are given to us to be equal. Okay, angle B is congruent, so we have taken B corresponding to E. This is how you are going to judge which correspondence to take. Okay, always take the correspondence according to the sides and angles which are given to us, okay, or which we did in the construction. Okay, so because in SAS postulate we had used the word corresponding, so if you use the equality, so there was equality as well as correspondence, two words over there. Okay, the corresponding side, the equal side should be corresponding also. So always take the correspondings in which is according to the given. Okay, so triangle ABC is congruent to triangle MEF. This implies that if two triangles are congruent, we know that if two triangles are congruent, then all its corresponding angles and all its corresponding sides are also congruent. Okay, otherwise they can't have the same shape. So if triangle ABC is congruent to triangle MEF, this implies that angle B should be equal to the angle at angle C should be equal to the angle at F, because they are the corresponding vertices. Okay, so it means that angle C should be equal to angle which is made at F in triangle MEF. Now in triangle MEF, the angle which is made at the vertex F is this angle. Okay, this is the angle in this triangle. We are talking about this triangle. This triangle is congruent to a triangle ABC. It means this angle should be equal to angle F. Okay, according to this the postulate that we have proved. Okay, according to this statement, we have proved that angle ABC is congruent to MEF. It means that all the corresponding angles must be equal to one another. It means that the angle at C should be equal to the angle at F. Angle at C is this angle. Okay, and it should be equal to the angle at F, because we have proved that these two triangles are congruent. So the angle at F is EFM. Okay, angle EFM. We are talking about this angle, not the whole angle, because we had considered triangle MEF, not DEF. Okay, this was triangle MEF, and this is the angle which is corresponding to C. The angle at F in this triangle will be this one, okay, not the whole one. So it means angle C must be congruent to angle EFM. The reason for this is that corresponding angles of congruent triangles. Okay, these two angles are congruent because we have proved that these two triangles are congruent. Whenever triangles are congruent, the corresponding angles are also congruent. So according to that angle, the angle at C will be equal to the angle at F. The angle at F in this triangle is angle EFM. Now let us see what we have got. We have proved that according to this, if AB and DE are not equal, okay, then what result we got? We got that angle C is congruent to this angle. But we are given that angle C is equal to this whole angle. So how is it possible that the same angle will be equal to two different angles? Okay, one is this angle, this whole angle, and the other is the smaller one. So angle C is congruent to angle F. It was given to us. They have told us that these two angles are congruent, that this angle C is equal to this whole angle. But if we suppose that AB and DE are not equal, what we get? We get that angle C is equal to this smaller angle. It means we are getting something which is not possible. Okay, so if angle C is equal to both the angles, then definitely this angle must be equal to this whole angle, and that is possible if and only if this point M reaches D. Okay, if this line is here, then this is the only possibility that angle C is equal to both the angles. Angle C is congruent to angle F. It is given to us, and we have proved that angle C is congruent to angle EFM. So angle C is equal to this angle also, and angle C is equal to this angle. This was given to us, so this can't be wrong. It means that there is something wrong with our supposition. This is a contradiction. AB, if we take AB congruent to DE, then C becomes equal to two different angles, which is not possible. It means that this supposition must be wrong, because we are getting a wrong result. But angle C is congruent to angle EFD. Okay, and the reason for this was, it was given to us. So now the scenario is that the same angle is equal to two different angles, which is not possible. So it means that our supposition is wrong, because this angle is smaller than this, because we have taken that AB is equal to ME. It means that this point M should be at the point D. This is the only way when angle C is equal to both the angles. It means that this M should be here. That is the only way that EFM will be equal to EFD. Okay, so this is possible if and only if this M that we had taken is at the point D, which means that DE and ME, they are the same lengths. If they are the same lengths, it means AB must be equal to DE, because we had taken that AB is equal to ME and M and D are the same points. They must be the same points, or otherwise the same angle will come out to be equal to two different angles, which is not possible. 45 cannot be equal to 45 as well as 42. Okay, this is the case here. Angle C cannot be equal to two different angles. It means they are the same angles. If they are the same angles, it means M and D are the same points. If M and D are the same points, then AB was taken to was equal to ME. Therefore, AB and DE must be equal, because M and D are the same points. It means ME will be and DE, they are going to be the same lengths. So this means that M and D are the same points. If M and D are the same points, M and D are the same points that we have proved in the previous statements. If M and D are the same points, this implies that this means that AB is congruent to ME. This was taken by S, and as M and D are the same points, it means ME is congruent to DE. Okay, M and D are the same points, it means ED will be same as EM. So it means that AB will be equal to DE. Okay, take this as 1 and this as 2. The reason for this is from equation 1 over here. AB is equal to ME. M and D were the same points, therefore ME is congruent to DE. As ME and DE are same, so AB must be equal to DE. Okay, AB is congruent to DE. This is from this statement, the transitive property. Okay, now if AB is congruent to DE, then we can easily, now we know that AB is congruent to DE, we can easily prove that this triangle is congruent to this triangle by SAS postulate. Now we can easily apply SAS postulate on these two triangles, triangle ABC, which they asked us to prove. Okay, these two triangles, we can now apply the SAS postulate to these two triangles, because now we know that this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and angle B is congruent to angle two sides, and included angle of this triangle is the same as two sides, and included angle of this side and this side, and these two angles, they were already given to us. The only missing thing was AB and DE, which we proved that they are also congruent. So there is no hurdle now to prove them, to prove these two triangles congruent. Now we can say that AB is congruent to DE. This is from 2 here. Okay, and angle B is congruent to angle E. This was given to us, and side BC is congruent to EF. This was also given to us. Okay, the only thing that was missing in this postulate was AB and DE. So we first proved this, and now we are using it. Once you have proved it, you can easily use it. Now by SAS postulate, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF by SAS postulate. Okay, so SAS postulate, which states that if two sides and included angle of one triangle is equal to the two sides and included angle of the other triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So we have proved what they had asked us to prove. This is proved now. Okay, this is the proof of theorem 10.1.